Speaking of us being idiots, there's a question that seems simple that we have not yet been able to answer sufficiently for any of the stuff we've done on the podcast. And I think that today, guys, today is the day that we figure it the heck out. And the question, of course, is, what is the floor?
What is floor?
A floor?
We've done a bunch of questions. What if the floor was ice? What if the floor was lava? What if the floor was all trampolines? And every time we kind of just danced around exactly what a floor is.
And it came up this month specifically because we did the throwback episode with the floor is lava and floor is ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, we kind of mentioned that we still hadn't defined what a floor was. And then we were just like, but that could be like a whole podcast where we discuss that. So we're not going to do that.
So hi, welcome to that podcast.
Yeah, so it's funny too because you envision when you put these hypothetical questions on the list, you envision basically like what the world would look like. You get like a little mental snapshot of what's going on. And a floor is so simple. It's like, oh, I look around my room, everything that's not furniture is the floor, obviously. And if I go outside, obviously the street and the ground and everything is floor.
I mean, even that gets iffy though, because like outside is not the floor, it's the ground, but we count it as the floor. I think that's an obvious one where we can count it.
Yeah, I guess there's already a small gray line between ground and floor, and we say that's floor.
Yeah.
But then there's in-between stuff. For example, like, do stairs count as floor? Is each stair tread a floor? Is any flat surface that you stand on a floor?
The gray area for me is vehicles.
Vehicles are the weirdest part for me, too. Vehicles are very complicated.
Yeah, so, and by vehicles we mean, is the floor of your car a floor?
I mean, it's called the floor of your car. So I think the goal of this is to come up with a definition. I might actually write some of this down too for if we have future episodes of floor questions, just so we have a definitive thing that we can use in the future.
And we don't have to argue about it for like half an hour before we start doing any questions.
Yeah, and if people do question our definition, we can just refer them. We can make them pay for it.
Right.
With the Patreon.
I can prove my point by you giving me $1.
That was the preview clip from our Patreon exclusive behind the scenes episode. For the full episode, click on the link in the description.